Hello there, you lovely lot. Welcome back to another fabulous show here on Crafters TV. It is our Week of Wonders event, which means we are bringing you new launches every single day, right the way through until the end of Friday. It also means that you're going to get double points on absolutely everything. So everything you see on air here on Crafters TV, and also everything across the entirety of the website, which is just marvellous. And talking about fabulous launches, boy, have we got an amazing one for you. We are, of course, launching a brand new Nature's Garden collection. It is the Secret Garden. It is a thing of beauty. I absolutely love the colour tones. It's got a vintage floral elements running all the way through it as well. Beautiful collection for you. Two different options for you. You can go for the main collection, which is the details there on your screen, and there's a second option as well, which also gets you an extra 12 by 12 paper pad and an extra selection of the A4 cardstock as well. And that, of course, if you are over in the US, will unlock the free shipping and handling for you as well. That one is actually, this one here, details, is the most popular item at the moment for you. I am not here on my own. I am joined by my TV wife, the incredible Debbie Fisher is back with us. How are you, Debbie?
Hello, Joe.
You're right over there.
I was trying to get that back before I was showing people. Yeah, welcome to Fabulous Launch Day. It's the show that everybody loves because we get to bring to you something absolutely brand new. This is stunningly beautiful. If you liked all those things from your past, like those secret gardens and those little back gates where you imagined, and when you were children, you just wanted to be part of that secret garden that was behind there. This is absolutely amazing. I was trying to find, so I need to just tell you who made this because it's absolutely incredible. So it's Angie Val Peters. I hope I've said that right. It's a beautiful creation. Now what you can see here is not so much that you can buy the things to buy this, but the beautiful papers and the colourways in this collection. Opening it up, we've got a little photo album. I mean, Angie, this must have just been a complete labour of love. So you can see all these different colour tones in there that she's done, creating with one of our memory books. I love this, that you've got all this. So it is really about showcasing the papers more than anything in here. This part on the front you are getting, I mean, how beautiful would this be for a new home card? And then you could put all your new home memories in there, which would be absolutely stunning, creating all these different elements in there with all the dies that you've got already in your stash, which would be incredible. Honestly, Joe, it's a truly remarkable collection, and it's got lots of beautiful elements such as stamping, dies and stamps, lots of different papers in there, and also vellums, because we know you love your vellums, and we've actually done a 8x8 paper pad with the vellum, which is amazing. It's a beautiful size. We've been asked for a long time to do an 8x8 vellum pad, and you've got it in this collection. It's incredible. You
certainly have. Let me take you through then exactly what it is that you are getting. Let's start off with that gorgeous paper pad because it is a thing of beauty. You're going to love it. It really sets the tone for the whole collection. You can see you've got all of these beautiful antique floral elements running through here. So many different layers to the paper pad as well. If you love to fussy cut, you're going to absolutely love some of these pages. The other great thing about it as well is that it's floral, so it's timeless. It's something that is not going to date, something you're going to be able to have in your stash for a really long time. I love that you've got all of the complementary backgrounds as well on the flip side of those too. Musical notes in here as well as beautiful foliage. It is a gorgeous collection. It's got this really lovely sort of dusty pink undertone running all the way through it, which is awesome. 180 GSM, you get 36 sheets of that within there. You're also then going to receive the vellum pad, so 36 sheets of the vellums. Again, exquisite quality, the artwork matching and complementing the artwork that runs all the way through that main collection. As again, the kind of brilliant quality that you come to expect from our vellum collection. So you're going to get the vellum pad in there as well. That's going to give you 36 sheets. You've then got the luxury cardstock as well, which is this one just here. Now, the great thing about this is what you've got are all these gorgeous colours. You're getting them in a textured cardstock and then in a pearlescent cardstock as well. 32 sheets coming in there for you, which is awesome. Next up, Let's move into some of the hardware. There are some beautiful dies and stamps within this collection. This one here is your gateway to the garden, as you can see. I love that these garden gates, you're able to open those up, giving you loads of dimension texture, or of course you can stick them down if you want to. We've then got dies and stamps for you. So this is the whimsical lanterns that you've got here. Love the idea of hanging them from this foliage, something that I think you'll definitely be able to move into other collections that you've got. Something like a chinoiserie collection, this will play very, very nicely with. You've then got the mystical wood here, so you've got the reindeer or the deer with the wings. You've got the key in here. That key seems to be a real thing that runs through this collection. I absolutely love this one. I have a feeling she's not meant to go through that garden gate, you know. She's being naughty, I think. Yes, she's having a little peer inside to that secret garden. Lots of different sentiments on this one for you as well. I particularly love this one. Flowers are the music of the earth. It really is beautiful. Another one as well, quite playful, quite modern, this one here, with the little girl there on the swing, which is awesome. You've got little embellishing elements within there too, with things like the little butterflies that are in there. Stamps and dies in here for you as well. You've got this gorgeous one here with the birds and the padlocks and the butterflies. You're able to cut those out with the dies that are included. And this one is absolutely awesome. Loads going on here. You've got a die and a stamp, but you are actually able to open this up. So you can stamp some gorgeous imagery in here, like a little doorway peeking through into your secret garden. That is everything you're getting. So two different options when it comes to getting it. You can go for the option that is there on your screen, $94.99 or $118.49. However, most of you choosing to go for the option where you're going to get the extra 12 by 12 paper pad and the extra A4 cardstock in there as well. This is the Sarah Special Secret Garden Collection. That's $125.48 or $158.64, excuse me. What that also gets you as well is the free shipping and handling if you are across in the US, and it's going to give you extras of those consumables that I know you are going to want to have, because it's so great to have the extras, because you know, I think you know what happens, these collections time and time again they end up selling out. It's very, very unlikely that we bring those consumable elements back. I would love to know out there of you who has already got their hands on this collection. Let me know. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. But Debbie, she's over there, she's like a coiled spring ready to start playing with this, so I'm not going to stand in her way any longer.
Do you know what? This one is the one that you're going to want, because it's going to go for so many different ways. I love this one. This is the entrance to the garden gate entrance. It is beautiful. It's a gorgeous design. What it actually does is cuts out the entire die, but it actually cuts this open as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a piece of gold matte mirror card, and we're going to send it through our Gemini machine. Now these dies will work in any machine that you've got at home, because they are just thin metal dies, but obviously with your Gemini you can get that precision that you need when you're die cutting. So we're just going to run that through, just creating those doors. These are the sort of things that you can die cut again and again to make all those embellishments that you might need. What I also love about this die is there is so many different elements to it as well, and I'm going to show you, not on this demo but later on, we're going to use some pieces of these just to show you how gorgeous this die is and how many uses it has as well. So I'm just taking these bits out so you can see they all come out, but there's a lot of little die cuts, but you can see all of them cut perfectly. You've then got even your gates that open as well, which
beautiful,
is amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
amazing.
the detailing on the top of those gates as well.
Oh, it's so nice, isn't it? So let me just grab my pokey tool if I can find one somewhere. I haven't got my, there's one. I haven't got my craft bag with me today. So I'm just going to make sure we've got all those little pieces poked out, because they've all cut beautifully. Joe, has your jumper been talked about today yet?
It has been.
So, because I'm wondering, I was trying to work out what it was.
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
it's art, apparently, Debbie.
Oh, it's just art.
It's just art.
Because I could see a shoe, someone carrying a boot.
Carrying a shoe?
Yeah, carrying a
boot. Someone said it looked a bit aggressive at one point today.
Oh.
I think you see in it what you want to see in it. I think it says about more what you see in it than what it actually is.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Would we call it interpretive?
Oh,
Let's go with that.
Okay, yeah.
It was just a jumper I liked in Zara, to be honest.
It looks like a very wonky man carrying a boot.
A wonky. What do you see in it at home? Let me know what you see.
I was staring at it before you come over to me, and I was trying to work it out. But
it's got feet with hands.
What's the word at the bottom?
Palau.
Palau.
It's the artist, I believe. I believe actually it may be a place, Georgine. I think you might be right.
There you go. I like all these interesting things. I do like an interesting jumper, Joe.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't make you hot today.
I've been really whinging about how warm I am in this jumper.
It's very,
so thank you for
warm.
that.
Yeah, it's very warm today.
It's an archipelago, apparently. It's in the Western Pacific Ocean. There you go.
There you go.
There we are.
Wow, every day's a school day.
It is indeed.
Right, now what I have done, Joe, is I've took myself, you know how I love a diorama card? So I've already pre-done this, so I will give you the measurements for it, but I do love to use them. Now, if you want the most luxurious vellum paper pad there is, this is so stunning. It's just got really subtle designs on here. What I love about this paper pad and the vellum pad, it has gold in here, but not gold as in a shiny gold, but when you look at it, it's got some beautiful flecks in it. I really love this. Now, I'm going to be using our tape pens. It's a great one to use on vellum because it works really well. You can't actually see the vellum, the tape through the vellum, so I'm just going really easy around those edges. And I know this is a little bit wasteful because obviously we're going to cover a lot of this up, but I do love to use the vellum in the background. So we're going to pop that in the centre there to create that first piece. And then what I've done here is I've created a aperture in my card. So my general cardstock, let me give you the measurements to it, is a 10 it's a 10 1/4 by 6 3/4. And then I've scored in at 1 1/4 and 2. And then I've turned it round and scored in at 1 1/4 and 2. And then I've actually cut my inside out. Now I've done this just slightly, very slightly bigger than my actual gates itself, which then allows me, so I'll just bring in my other piece here, because what I have then done is use my thin, so your 3mm red liner tape. I've just used it down the sides and in the middle section here, because it will then fit into that gap. But what I've also done is I've used that beautiful cardstock again, and I've done exactly the same, so we can mat and layer that over the top, so that gives us our aperture there, which allows us. All I would recommend when you're using it, just make sure you put your die to it. So what I would recommend, let me just pop this so you know exactly what I'm doing. When you pop this onto your piece of card, actually draw a line around it.
Okay.
And then you cut the inside of it out, not the outside, and that will just allow you that extra piece. So we're going to run this along to pop this on the top. So we will do that just on here. Do we have tape pens back in stock?
I believe we do. They were on the show. I do check the website for them. I do believe we have some configurations of them available at the moment. A lot of people tuning in saying hello, Debbie.
Oh.
You all right?
Look, that's how strong they are. It's grabbed already, Joe.
Oh dear.
I perhaps should have done my wet glue, and then I would have had a bit of wiggle room, wouldn't I?
Sarah Brown is saying hi from Melbourne.
Hello, Sarah.
Wanda is looking forward to this launch. Marcia is saying hi in Ohio, Marcia. And Carletta and Coletta, both saying hi. That could get confusing. Gilmore is here as well. Connie is here saying hi to. Loads of you tuning in. Loads of you getting your hands on this. My, oh my, what a busy start to this show we are having. Most of you going for the collection with the extra paper pad and the extra A4. It's always worth, I think, isn't it, going for those extra consumable Debbies, because so often we're just not in a position where we can bring those back a couple of months down the line.
Oh, absolutely. And you just regret it. Me as a crafter, Joe, I do it all the time, because I think, well, actually, I've got enough papers, I've got enough of these, I've got enough of that. I'll just get the bits that I want. And then when you get them, you love it so much and wish you'd got the whole thing. You go back and they're gone. So yeah, it's absolutely worth getting those elements. And actually, it's worth saying as well is that we are the only people that are selling that cardstock itself. So that hasn't been with any other configurations that we've done in the UK so
Absolutely.
far.
The A4 luxury cardstock. If you're in the UK. Hasn't been anywhere else yet, so you might want to grab it. If you do want to go for any of the extras, what I would say, if you build your own bundle, if you spend £50 or dollars on full price individuals, you save 10% on them as well. So there's another option for you. You could go for a collection and then add extras in, totaling £50 or dollars, and you'd then still save 10% on those extras. So it's completely up to you how you want to do it.
Absolutely. So what I'm doing here, Joe, I want to put this on the top, but before I stick it down, I should have kept that flake actually. Let me pop that on there. I've actually just peeled my red liner tape, and I'm going to hold my little tape bits down at the side, because that way I know that I can position it and not have to worry that I've put it in the wrong place. And then once it's positioned, I can then grab that bit. So I've got those, you can see those red pieces at the side. I can then just pull those away, and that will stick down perfectly in the right place.
Fabulous.
There we go. So that's our top bit. So how amazing have we transformed? Oh, I've stuck it onto the actual, let me just pop that on again. There we go. How amazing has that transformed that piece of card? And then we've got those gated, new home cards, little magical princesses cards. They're just going to be beautiful and such a lovely design to send to somebody. So that would be lovely on its own, but actually we want to put something in the center of that to make it look really pretty. So what I've got here, I'm going to bring in, I've already stamped this little girl here, so on the swing. She is such a pretty stamp. You've got your with love, and I love this sentiment. You've got friends are the flowers in the garden of life, but you do have lots of different ones. And actually, because I want to put her behind the gates, we've got another sentiment on here, and I know you're going to all be singing this now. Do you want to know a secret? Sorry, I just had to do that.
I love how much you chuckled, you see how chuckly you are about that.
I only laugh at myself, don't I, Joe? So, but yeah, every time I read it, I want to sing that song, but it's obviously not a secret, it's about Snowman, but there you go. Do you want to know a secret? And I love that sentiment, because it is going to be just fabulous to put on the front of our card and then go through and see our little girl. So what I am going to do is bring in some of our pens. They're right in front of me, Joe. Let me just grab another piece of card just so I've got something to colour onto. And then we're just going to colour her. So I'm going to use my blues. So I'm using the tricolour. I love these pens because they're so easy to use. You literally just put them on, and the card just sort of absorbs it, but to the right amount. It looks beautiful. So I'm just putting on a little bit because I don't want too much. What I love about this is being able to go in with those really small nibs. It doesn't matter what your medium of colouring is, what your choice is. If you love your watercolours, you can use those. If you love your alcohol markers, even if you just love your ink pads, you're going to get that beautiful effect each time.
Lots of people saying hi still. Carrie is in Kansas, so is loving the papers in this collection. They are absolutely stunning. I think the papers work really well with this collection. You could use them standalone, wouldn't you agree, Debbie? They would work really well on their own. I love that sort of dusty pink undertone there is to all of them.
Yes.
Very classic, but also I think very neutral. It's going to work with lots of other things, which is wonderful.
Yeah, so much so.
Elizabeth Fallick saying, it's my favourite with a little girl at the gate. The Secret Garden was one of my favourite stories when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
Kathy C says, hi all my crafty friends. Been away for a few days. I missed a lot of shows. Hoping to catch up today. I'm glad you're back, Kathy. Shelley saying, what a totally gorgeous collection. Send paper hugs. I'm checking out my cart right now with this collection and two of the interlaced dies. Ooh, sneaky heads up there from Send Paper Hugs. There is a couple of launches coming up for you in launch party later. Those interlaced dies being one of them. You did get a sneaky peek of them in the earlier wake-up call, but it will be a very, very busy launch party a little later today. Coletta's loving the fact that you've cut the gate in the gold. Just think it looks awesome. So there's lots of talk about my jumper, what it might be, Debbie. Laura Simmons says it looks like a jaunty model working a runway.
A jaunty model?
Jaunty model working a runway.
I get that. Yeah, I love that. I think that's a great one.
Nee says, yes, Debbie, I was about to say it looks like a slender person carrying a boot. The head face of the person is up to one's choice. There you are.
And it looks like not proper feet, like duck feet.
They're like hand feet, aren't they? I'm not really sure. Shall I duck down a little bit for you so you can see? There you go.
Frog.
It's a very.
Frog foot.
I can see the head. Yeah, I can see what you mean by. I can see that now. I see a rocket taking off is what Coletta says. Yes, I think it's someone doing a handstand, you know, Debbie. I think it's someone doing a handstand.
A handstand.
So there's the hands at the bottom, that way, and then the feet are going either side, and then the head's sort of here. See it? And then there's just a dog in there for good measure.
Now I can see that, but I was actually,
it's a person doing a handstand.
Yes,
isn't
now
it?
I can see it. They're the hands as the
and the boots are at the top.
Yes, now I can
and there's
see
the
it.
head down here.
Right, so my thought was where the red triangle is, the head had been knocked back and it was some big beak. and it was carrying a boot.
There you are.
Now you said that, I can totally see that now. Yes.
Yeah, just an abstract man doing a handstand. Nothing to see here, Debbie. Nothing to see here.
I feel happy now that I've seen the picture of what it is. Yeah. I can't believe I thought that was its head, not back. So I'm just doing this really quickly. I've used my wrong colour pen, but you'll forgive me for that. So I'm going to bring in my finished design. So we've got our finished design there, and then what we're going to do is pop that into the centre. So we're just going to have that girl swinging in our background. So let me use my tape pen again, pop that into place. I love a new tape pen. I know that sounds silly, but you can feel when you have a new tape pen. I thought that was thunder then, but I actually think it was a lorry rumbling over.
Rumbly lorry is what it is.
Rumbling lorry. And then we're going to add these to the side. So all I'm going to do is use these side panels to put my tape. You can use your wet glue, and then we can just pop those two together. So doing that on there, and then onto that piece.
Really great opportunities within this collection to create lots of depth and dimension, isn't there, Debbie? You've got lots of, opening parts, doors that open, stamped imagery that will fit on the front of your cards, but also through those apertures that you create as well. So concepts, I bet, are going to look fabulous with this.
So yeah, so much you can do with it. It's one of those sets that once you start playing with it, so many more things will come to mind and you will absolutely love it. But yes, definitely apertures, all your different dioramas, your box lids, lots of different ones. I mean, how amazing would a little gift box be with these, with this in the top, so you can open it up and just take your tissue paper out and you've got something secretive in there. So we're just going to pop that there. Do you want to know a secret? There we go.
Love
Everyone's
that.
going to be singing it now.
Really, really gorgeous. What a brilliant first demonstration on this collection. Really busy already on this, as we knew it would be. Let me take you back through then exactly what you're getting. I'm going to start with that paper pad again because I think it is truly beautiful. And again, I love the colour tones in here. Something quite classic about it. It's always got a bit of a vintage sort of chic feeling to it. And I love that the floral imagery that's been used is so classic as well. Lots of different depth and dimension to all the layers and pages, which I think is wonderful. I love how well the backgrounds complement the main focal pages in here too. Lots and lots in there for you. You're going to get 36 pages of this, 180 GSM as well. Really nice neutral colour tone, so it means it will work with lots of different collections that you already have. You are going to get the 8x8 vellum pad included within here as well. Again, 36 pages of this, and all going to match beautifully with that main collection and those 12 by 12 papers that I just shared with you as well. So you get all of that in there. Now, as Debbie said, in the UK, only chance to get your hands on it if you're in the UK. I know a lot of our other retailers don't actually have this. 32 pages of your luxury cardstock. It's brilliant because it's 250 GSM, which means it's a really nice all-round weight. And what you do is you get each colour in the linen effect, and you'll also get it in the pearl as well. So two different finishes there for you. Now, let's move on into our dies and stamps. That gate that you've just seen Debbie use, I think you're going to be able to use this in so many different projects. It's the gateway to the garden. Die cuts, but also die cuts with those opening panels in there to create even more interest to it. Next up, we've got your whimsical lanterns, which these ones just here. Again, think about creating bunting with these. You could use the stamped imagery on your own if you want to, or die cut it out and get really that full effect, which is fantastic. Then we move into this one here. This is your mystical wood that you've got. In here, you've got that beautiful big tree. It will look great with some glossy accents on there, some of our glossy highlights. You've got that wonderful deer with the wings there, so a little bit of mystical, because in a secret garden, why don't the deers have wings? Absolutely they do. Then we move into are Secrets Revealed, which is this one here. Love your sentiments that you've got in there, as well as that beautiful image of the little girl going through that garden gate there with the ivy climbing all around it. Really beautiful, really sort of simplistic imagery, but very whimsical, which I love. You've then got the little girl on the swing there, on the tree, with all of those beautiful roses intertwined around it. You've got the birds which are here. This is your Secrets Unlocked with the birds and the butterflies around the padlock. And then finally, you also have this one just here. This is your Enchanted Door. I think this might be my favourite part of the entire collection, because you've got that stamped imagery, and then the die, of course, is going to cut that for you, but the door, of course, is open and loose, so you can have something fabulous behind there in the aperture, which is amazing. This is the collection on your screen with the extra papers at the moment. So what you're going to get is everything I've just showed you, but you'll get an extra one of the 12x12s and an extra one of the cardstocks, and it's fair to say that these are the two elements that you're probably going to use first. These are those consumable elements, so it's really wonderful to have an extra one of those. What this particular collection also gets you, if you are across in the US, even if you are a platinum member, you will get free shipping and handling on this, which is fantastic. So that's definitely the one that's the one that most of you are going for at the moment, whether you are here in the UK or across in the US. If you want to go for the one that just has the single of the 12x12s and the luxury cardstock, absolutely you're able to go for that. Different details for you. $94.99 or $118.49 is your price. Let's go through some of the ink pads that we have on the show for you. This one here is a collection of your water reactive ink pads. This has been put together to perfectly match and coordinate with your brand new Nature's Garden launch. So in here you're going to get Honey Pot, you've got Straw Bale, Anthracite. This one here is your Smoked Pearl. You've got the Smoked Emerald, Green Topaz. This here is your Frosty Jade. We've then got Midnight, Baby Blue. You've got the Grasshopper, the Friar Brown, the Pale Fig, and you've also got the Bordeaux in there as well. £50, $70, you get 3 free in that particular configuration, which is awesome. Centura Pearl for you on the show, 10 packs, some colours in here that we may not have seen before. There is always a multi-buy available for you if you want to stock up on the Centura Pearl. This particular deal is better than the multi-buy that's available to you. Let me take you through the cards. If you've not worked with Centura before, absolutely exquisite quality, 310 GSM, so shiny, and all made here in the UK as well. So you've got Baby Blue, Baby Pink, the Lilac, Mint Green. This one here is your Ivory. You've then got the Mink, the Dark Chocolate. Now this is one I don't think we've seen before. Really gorgeous colour on that one. You've got your White Gold, another one that we're not that familiar with, Rose Gold, and also the Pale Silver. 100 sheets there for £31 or $55. That means 31 pence a sheet for Centura Pearl quality, which is off the chart value for money. We've also got rocker blocks available for you in the show as well. These are going to be great for stamping out the imagery, of course, that is within this collection. You've got all of these here. So you get the 2 larger ones, and you also then get the 4 smaller ones. So 6 in total for you. A 50% saving on that half price deal, which is brilliant. If you are a platinum member, under £8, just over $11 if you want to get your hands on that. Lots and lots of you loving this collection. Catherine says the collection really brings back the wonder of the story. I often think about secret gardens when I'm out gardening. This set will bring back so much joy. Sarah's Creation says I'm so getting this. Also Kathy C says, oh, double points. Seems rude not to order in that case. Absolutely. As part of our week of wonders, which is running up until the end of Friday, double points on everything and at least one brand new launch for you every single day. You've got 3 today. 3, Debbie. I mean, what a treat it is for everyone.
Such a treat. You are going to absolutely love it. What I really like about this collection, and I know we say the same with every collection, but what you do is look at a collection and see what differences you can make in it. So looking at this card, I feel like this card, the total colourway of it is so different to what's actually in the pad. So you don't have to just be guided by the colours of this collection. It means that you can go off piece, you can use your brighter colours, you can make it very spring-like. I think this is a gorgeous little girl's card, which is absolutely so pretty. And just the fact that you can put anything in the doorway, whether you want to hide a little sentiment in there, whether you want to put some pretty papers, you might even want to put a photograph in there. I mean, how lovely would these be as a Christmas card, but have your family photo in the background, so you can, it would be amazing, wouldn't it? And just do it all in Christmas colours, add some Christmas roses, maybe your foam flowers, it would be absolutely beautiful. But then bringing it into its own, one like this is amazing. So Rachel Gillam has designed this. Rachel, this is beautiful. I love this one. You're going to want it for this sort of garland, which is absolutely beautiful. And then you've got that inside die and stamp, which is just amazing. That is just a work of art.
When you look at that as well, you don't, when you see it on the board, you don't really think about using it vertically, do you? You think about just using that horizontally, the foliage that's on there, Debbie.
Yeah.
But it works so well on the vertical.
On the vertical, it looks incredible, doesn't it? I just love this. I think that is a really super design. You're going to love that. That is one die. If I turn it around so you can see the die has been added all the way down there, and you've got the stamp that stamps into it. It is absolutely divine, that one. And then to have all those little swinging lanterns, honestly, that's going to go all year round throughout every single season. And that those garden gates, I mean, they are the sort of gates that everyone dreams of owning, aren't they, on the front of their house? And then being able to open it and having that beautiful view. That tree is one of the stamps. I mean, it's incredible. But these gates, I mean, I think individually they're probably going to fly, but actually go for the collection, then you just get everything that you need. Just a couple more I'm going to show you just very quickly, because this is the next one that I want to show, because I love this one. It's a die and stamp set. You're getting all different stamps, all different dies in that one, but this one is exactly the same as this one. Now, you couldn't have two very different cards. You would not think that is the same stamp and die. So it is just a question of how you use them, what colours you use, how you make them, but it's absolutely stunning. So let's get down to using some of the extra pieces that we've got. So first of all, I want to bring in this stamp set and die set, which is the Enchanted Door, and it really is an enchanted door. You've got that beautiful vines that are going all the way round, and you've got the stamp. So if you're a stamper, this is going to be amazing for you, because you can do all your different stamping with that, your textures, but actually we've took it one step further. You're getting the die that cuts it out as well, and not just cuts out the whole frame. If I take this die off, because I just want to point out some of the individual pieces of it, it doesn't have a cutting edge down this side, which means all of the door part will cut open but leave it inside the actual die. So that is amazing. So you're getting the die and the stamp, then you're getting all your embellishments to go with it, which is just amazing, and that's a great one to have. So we're going to be using that one. We're going to be using obviously the secret key. Just a little heads up as well, if you want this one, this is going to be fantastic to do for the children, grandchildren, for Santa's key this year, because it's a nice big key. Cut it out of a few pieces of card, mat and layer them onto each other, heat emboss it with our pigment ink pad, and you've got a magic key there. Or just cut it out of multiple layers of what's the word, mirror card, or Centura, layer them together, and that's going to be amazing for Santa's key. And then I'm going to bring in this stamp set as well. So this is the one with the tree, but it's also the one, now if I've got this right, this is called a peloton, either a peleron or a I knew I wouldn't get it right. No, it's called a I'm
Googling, Debbie.
Yeah, Google it. It's a deer. No, it's not a flying reindeer. It's called a peleron or a peloton. Pelican is a pelican. Am I right, Joe?
It's a peloton.
It's a peloton.
Peloton.
Peloton. I was there somewhere.
It's the peloton is said to have the head, neck, forelegs, and antlers of a stag, combined with the plumage and hindquarters of a large bird. Although some interpretations portray the peloton as a deer, in all but collaboration with birds' wings. There we are. Every day's a school day.
Peloton. We're learning lots today. Joe with his jumper, me with my peleron, tong kong.
A peloton is like the front of a bicycle race, isn't it?
That's why I kept saying it, because I had to be careful, because it's not a peloton, it's a peloton. Periton, yes. See, I learned these things. I'm just not very good at retaining them. So, but there you go. So we're going to ink this up. I'm using the large rocker block. Now, all of our stamping platforms, stamping mats, they all have a place, including our amazing rocker blocks. What rocker blocks do, they enable us to do really easy crafting without adding too much pressure. So I'm just making sure I've got that really well inked up. Where's my piece of card? Here it is. Oh, I've not, oh, there it is. I was thinking I hadn't allowed myself a piece that was big enough. So making sure I've got all of that inked up there. All I'm going to do is rock from heel to toe. So I'm starting onto here. I'm going to hold it here and leave my 2 fingers so I can push down in the middle. And as we push that down, I'm just making sure I've got it onto my page because we're going to cut it out as well. We're going to push down and then rock forward. And as I'm rocking, I'm just using my fingers to fill in the gaps at the in the middle. And then you rock it to the other side and then bring it off, and that gives you your beautiful image there. Oh, turn it that way. There we go. So you've got your beautiful image. Now, I'm not going to colour it all because I do have one already coloured, but I do want to show you just a few simple steps of how you can get a really nice distressed door. First of all, we're going to cut it out. I'm going to use my low-tack tape. And we're going to pop that on the side. So I love dies like this, stamps like this, because the dies make it really easy that you can see through them, and they're also what I call an outline die, because you can actually see the full image and where you're going. So we're just going to pop that there and run that through our Gemini. So there
awesome.
we go.
A lot of people loving this. Tracy says the colouring page reminds me of the 70s, 80s show The Magic Garden. Wendy in Hampshire says this will go with a robin from the Winter Cottage and will also play nice with a lot of the peacock collection as well. Yes. Absolutely it will. Send paper hugs. Today is my birthday, so happy birthday to me with this collection. I think you deserve it if it's your birthday.
Happy birthday,
Sarah Brown's not happy. She's got that song stuck in her head and it'll be there all night now, she said, Debbie.
It's the best song though. I mean, it's not a bad song to have stuck in your head, is it? And you could just change it to Secret and not Snowman. So
yeah, I've got Love is an Open Door stuck in my head now as well. Every time you talk about the open door on these dies and stamps.
There's always something, isn't there?
Always something.
Right, so let's bring that in. Now I'm going to be using our darker one, which is, oh, that's too dark, that one. I wanted my earth brown, but I didn't want it in the extend one. Dark brown, tan brown. I've got so many browns. We'll just do it in our darker one. So we've got our, no, that's tan brown, earth brown. So this is the earth brown one, but I did want to do it in just the, this is the extender one. Oh, I didn't want to start there. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to lay this colour directly over those front panels, because believe it or not, this is the lightest colour. And then we're going to add in, so because the lightest colour is laid down first, we're popping this in, and what will happen is it will start to blend straight away when we put our next, this is our mid colour, and I'm just coming down those sort of door cracks, and it's just giving, and you can see I'm almost sort of joltering it, I'm giving it a bit of a wiggle because I want it to look a bit aged and a bit distressed. So, and you never have to worry about how it's going to look as you're doing it, because it all starts to blend naturally afterwards. And then we're just going to fill in those gaps just to make sure that's all blending beautifully. And you can see already we're getting that really aged distressed door. And then we're going to go in just round this part with the darker one, so it really frames our door. Just a nice way of sort of doing the door frame.
I guess nicer projects like this, you don't need to be too precise, do you? You can just sort of get the colour down,
Yep,
which is, you want it sort of
absolutely.
lovely and rustic. Catherine Baker said, I used to live in Charleston, South Carolina, which was full of beautiful gardens behind decorative gates on my walk to work downtown. Always tried to sneak in to see the lovely gardens and fountains. This collection is bringing back lots of happy memories.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Really gorgeous.
So I'll do that again so you can see exactly how easy that was. So just fill in this, fill in the gaps. I'm not even being too precise, just sort of scribbling that in. You can see the lay down. These are the brush ones. And then as we just add that extra detail in, you can see it all starts to sort of merge together. They all start to do that blending, and it gives a real sort of rustic look to the door, or a more sort of rustic, but a more sort of wooden. Just gives it that wooden effect. And also, if you've got our pens, the metallic, the gold, silver, and rose gold markers, you could line them with a bit of gold. And that would
Nice,
make
love
them
that
look
idea.
really,
Nothing to stop you
posh.
snipping this door out and using it on its own, I guess, as well, if you wanted to, Debbie, if you didn't want it with the sort of doorway around it.
No, not at all. You could absolutely do that.
If you didn't want the door in the doorway, you could snip the door itself out as well.
Absolutely, and if you didn't want to even have the door opening, you could actually just glue it down and you don't have the door opening either. Now with the main piece around, if you just go in with your, I'm going for brown grey, if you just start to colour in, this is a bit darker than the one I used, I think, but it's fine. I'm only going to show a little bit. If you go in with it, it's just little colouring techniques really that I want to show you. But if you sort of go around your whole image and your leaves with your grey, and then just go round the shadow, so where you've got those the leaves coming through, can you see the definition that we're getting then by adding that in? It makes them really pop. So when you sort of do it all, once that dries down, you can see you get all this shading in the background, and it just really comes to life. So it creates something that you just want to do, that you want to walk through, a garden gate that you would like to walk through. So that's our first bit. Now the next bit is stamping our Periton. And yeah, we're going to pop him in. Now this one doesn't come with a die, it is just a stamp, but I quite like the idea of having him sort of cut out and hide him behind the door. So I'm just going to ink him up and show you him. I've already got one coloured up. So just so we can move on to getting it all done. Again, heel to toe, so we're leaning onto this part, forward, rock, and to the end, and then you get that perfect design every single time. I absolutely love her. In fact, it's only when we have them on the show I use them, but I wished I used them more, Jo, because they are so good to use. So let's just pop our stamps back into there, and that one into here.
Aisha says, good morning again, everyone. Checking in from New Jersey, a little late, but couldn't miss the launch of this beautiful collection. Sarah and the team have outdone themselves with the paper and the colours again in this collection. The paper pads, I must say, I know we work with some incredibly talented designers, Debbie. They just seem to get better and better, don't they? Every brand new signature release that we do, or every Nature's Garden release that we do, I mean, just the level of detail and depth and dimension that's in every single page, it just blows me away.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I actually think, don't we have someone now in-house that designs the paper pads?
I believe we do, yes.
Yeah, which is incredible that we're a bit greedy having that personal to ourselves, but how lucky are we?
Absolutely, we are.
What I am doing here, Jo, I'm just trying to find, I'm putting everything down. I'm going to use then some of these elements to cut out. So you've got all these little butterflies, little flowers, and you've got them, so use them. They are amazing. So I'm just going to cut a few of these out. And while they're cutting through, let's have that little butterfly again. We will actually start putting our card together.
Sounds glorious. Julie Barless is back from ordering paper pads and a couple of dies and the new Spectrum Noir pens that are on later. What a day it is today, Debbie, honestly. There's so many brand new things coming for you today. Mary Pat, I love this comment. I do not need the regret that comes from not buying the papers. There you are. I think that is top advice from Julie. They're very busy. Remember as well, two different options for you. So the details on the screen is for the full collection, plus the extra 12x12 and an extra set of the A4 papers. You can buy just one of everything if you want, the original collection. Details are coming for you just here, or what you can do is build your own bundle if you want to. Pop across to the website, everything's available individually. Spend £50 or dollars on full price individuals, we'll take 10% off for you at the checkout. And remember, because it's our week of wonders, you're going to get double points on absolutely everything. So if you're eyeing the next level in the club, then maybe this is the week to do it, Debbie.
Oh, absolutely. I love this, Jo, isn't it? I know this sounds really strange. This is such a little die, but I love it. Feels like it's a bit of a magic die. It feels like you've got all those vines sort of hanging down, but I also love the fact that you can use it as your grasses as well. So whether you've got, so I'm going to bring in our Periton here. You could have him walking through those grasses, which will look lovely,
nice.
Or you can have them hanging down where he's walking through them the other way. So all I've got got is I've already sort of coloured him out, or him or she, he or she, and I did want to use, yes, we have got one, I did just want to colour his wings with a little bit of sparkle, because we've got our sparkle pen, and it would be rude not to...
George wants to know what his name is. I think it might be a her. You never know. Could be a she. What's their name? Let us know in the comments. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. I'm going to go with...
Pete?
Oh, there's a lot of suggestions coming in. Pauline, Paula, Patricia, Pauletta. I'm not sure why it needs to begin with a P, but I'll go with that.
Because it's a periton.
I'm going to go with Anastasia.
Anastasia. It's very magical.
Quite a mystical name. What was that one? Sorry, Georgie or Ina? Luna.
Oh,
like
no,
that one.
I like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
like that one.
Like Luna. Paul.
Pegasus. Paul Pegasus. Honestly, I wish you could hear these two in here. Honestly, they're having a lovely time, aren't they, in there?
I love
George
how they
and
just go on the
Georgina.
Tangent of like
Gorgeous George with the joystick is in the gallery today, along with Georgina. That's his name now, you know. Gorgeous George with the joystick, Debbie.
Gorgeous Joy with the joystick.
Gorgeous George with the joystick. That's what Debbie Robinson has nicknamed our lovely George.
Love it. Right, so let's bring all our elements into play. So I've got a fairly big card because I really wanted to show off the papers and do a bit of matte and layering. You know how I love my matte and layering. So I've created a 10-fold card. Now I have created this out of one of our A3 Centura Pearl sheets, and I've done it, it's 8 inches by 5 3/4, and then I'm going to matte and lay out these gorgeous papers on the top. Let's just pop that there. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be making my granddaughter's Santa's Magic Key this year.
Santa's
sure.
what?
Magic Key. Have you never had Santa's
something
Magic
completely
Key?
different from it, which I can't repeat.
I thought I said that okay.
You know, you did. I just heard something very different. Percy the Periton says, Gilmore, so how are you going to make this magic key then, Debbie?
With this one. Look at this. Look.
Beautiful.
How nice is this key? Cut that out a few times, and then you can add it together. Was you in the thing then?
Sorry?
You was in the...
I know, I just realised. That is the second time in 2 weeks I've done that.
You might be lucky and no one spotted.
No one spotted it. It's warm in this jumper, Debbie. It's warm in this jumper. I told you it's very warm in here. I think you all know what I thought she said now.
Oh dear, Joe.
Oh. Anyway, back to that magic key, Debbie.
I heard a good tip yesterday though, because you know how sometimes you do sort of say things and you forget you're mic'd up, you know, and lots of people were talking yesterday about where they've had mishaps, where they've said things that they shouldn't have done, and they're live on TV or live on Facebook.
Good job, never happened to us.
No, not at all. And but actually someone had a really good tip and just said if you're mic'd up, you're mic'd up.
If you've got your microphone on, that's it. Don't say anything.
Exactly. Just don't say anything. Oh dearie me, that was so funny, Joe. I'm gonna have tears. My makeup's gonna be run now. Right, we are getting there. We are I'm just trying to find my last piece of card and it's disappeared. Oh dear. Where is it? Joe, that's so like me, isn't it?
Well, we've got some names coming in. Peggy. The Periton. I'm here. I'm aware I'm here. Petra, the Periton. Perry, the Periton. Needs more like a Welsh or Gaelic or ancient language type of name. Vicky says, afternoon all. I am watching whilst on a cross trainer. I hope it cheers up. No, nothing. Okay, George got it. No one else. Dana says, I love it when these two...
I was looking for something and I can't find my piece of... I might need to take a piece of card out of the paper pad because I have a piece of card because I've lost my piece.
Would you like a piece of card from this paper pad over here?
Yes, please.
Any particular one?
No, any one.
Cardstock or paper?
Paper, please. With a sort of purpley tinge into it.
Oh, how about that one there?
No, one with a bit more purple.
That one there.
Not any paper.
That one?
With the paper. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, it's fine apparently. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll be fine. I'm going over with it.
Yes, apologies. I've lost my piece of paper, so I just need another bit. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Perfect. Thank you, Joe. So all I'm going to do is I've made a little stepper and lost my piece of card that goes on the stepper. But this is what's great about this paper pad. It doesn't matter which piece you use. It's all going to look fabulous together. It will all work in with it. So let's just cut that piece. You can see how I'm doing real precision measuring. I am just adding it on and putting a little fingernail mark onto it so we can cut that in. This is nice, this sheet. I don't feel like I've noticed this colour one before.
Which one? That one? Gorgeous, isn't it? It's got
really
a kind of
lovely.
it's got a bit of a sort of it's got a bit of a Tuscan vibe about it, Debbie. I think it's the vines. They almost could be olive vines or something like that.
I'm liking it. It's very nice. Very tealy, this one, isn't it? And golds. Right, so now I can pop my stepper on. And then we're going to use our topper that we've just done, and we're going to have that background piece because I want something that is going to be looking through. So as you look through, you've got that pattern in the background. I don't really want to keep that plain. So what we are going to do, I'm going to pop this onto some foam pads. Although I'm not quite sure if we've got any. Let me just have a look. I've seen some somewhere, Joe. There they are. I was getting naughty. I was having to tidy up before we come on, so I should have...
so naughty of you tidying up.
yeah, it sounds too good, doesn't it? Tidying up, yeah. So let's just add our...
Pallas the Periton, says Deborah. Greek god, apparently. Pallas the Periton. Pallas.
Oh, I like that.
Pallas the
That's
Periton.
nice.
Let's call him or her that. Millicent or Persephone are two suggestions from Cindy. We're getting very highbrow now, aren't we?
Persephone is it?
Millicent or Persephone?
Are these?
Persephone.
Oh, Persephone. What did you call it? I would have known that because I know a girl called Persephone.
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 No, Persephone.
Persephone.
Persephone, yeah.
No, it's okay. Persephone, not Persephone. I once called I thought it was Hippocrates. It's Hippocrates. I'm not very good. I think Michelle's on the sofa. She's going to wet herself in a moment. She's got her legs crossed over there. Persephone.
Persephone.
Not Persephone.
Think of Stephanie.
Oh, it's going so well today, isn't it? It's going so well. Persephone. That's how you Persephone.
Like Stephanie, but Persephone. Yes. So look how nice that looks now, Joe, where we've got those vines coming from underneath. It's a beautiful die, that one, and it works really well with this. Then we've got our key, we've got our, what are we calling her, Persephone?
Persephone.
Persephone. That's funny.
It's like a little phone you keep in your purse, Persephone.
That's so funny.
No, this is not going to turn into a game of me trying to pronounce mythical Latin or Greek words. That's not how it rolls. Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
Georgina's texted me one to say,
okay.
Eurydice.
Eurydice.
Eurydice. Eurydice.
And what does Eurydice mean?
Don't know. Eurydice.
Oh, Eurydice means, sorry. Ah, okay. There we go. Oh.
It's such a when people say they learn like in, you know, very well-to-do schools, they learn Latin, don't they, Debbie?
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, what a really usable language. If you go off on your holidays, you can speak a bit of Latin.
Oh dear, you put me right off my stride now,
gosh,
Joe.
I think we need to bring it back in. We're not even an hour in yet, Debbie.
We are doing that. This is probably the longest I've took to do a demo with. Right, let's pop that on. So we've got our beautiful key, and we're going to have that just at the side there. So we've got our key for our door, and then I've just got some ribbons to put on as well. So.
All right, in there. All right, they're still going in the gallery. They are.
It is definitely just one of those shows, isn't it?
Really,
and
really
then we've
is.
just got some extra little bits. So all these little pieces we're going to just pop on. Let's pop that into there. Just going to put a couple of butterflies onto there.
Oh, people, I'm not pronouncing any more of them now. For all the people that are just sending them in, I think we need to move on.
Oh, but you're so good at them, Joe. And there we go. We eventually got to our demo, and you've got that door that opens with our Persephone in there.
What a pretty little Persephone. Love it. Right, let me take you back through what you are getting in this collection, because it is gorgeous. It is so busy. Is that right, Georgina? A quarter of the stock, am I hearing, is gone on our collection. So if you want it, you will need to be quick for it. Let me take you through what you're getting then. 36 pages of a beautiful paper pad. So you've got so much going on within each one of these. I mean, if you just look at this sheet here, for instance, you've got the fallen leaves in the background, we've got some beautiful script, we've got some texture in there, and then you've got those beautiful floral elements on both the base and the top of the page. So much going on within each and every sheet that you've got in here. Beautiful backgrounds which complement every single one of those main focal pages as well. I love that you've got those musical notes running all the way through here too. It's just a really gorgeous floral, something slightly whimsical still about this, all themed around that secret garden, which is awesome. So you're going to receive the 12 by 12 paper pad, which is this one just here. Then we're going to move on, and I want to share with you next the vellum pad that you've got in here. It's your 8 by 8 vellum pad. Again, you'll get 36 pages of this one just here. Beautiful quality, as you expect from all of our vellums. Wonderful colour tone as well. They're always so rich and vibrant, these vellums that we bring to you. Again, it's going to match beautifully the 12 by 12 paper pads that you have. It isn't identical. The imagery is slightly different, but what you'll see is when you get this, that you've got a vellum sheet that matches each one of those 12 by 12 sheets that is within that larger pad. Now, we've also got for you as well this, which is your A4 luxury cardstock. You've got a mixture of linen textured cardstock and also pearlescent cardstock as well. And you can really see here how you've got that gorgeous luster and shine, but having the linen to go with it means you can really mix up the textures, which I think is fabulous. So you get both of those in there. Now, all three of those, sorry, I should say, in there. Let's bring in all of those incredible stamps and dies again then for you as well. So what you've got is your gates here. Now, these gates I think are going to work so well with this collection, but also is going to work really well with many other collections. Do you know what it's got about it, Debbie? It's got a real Sound of Music vibe to it, this one. I don't know why. You know the gates where she goes skipping down the road? That's me. That's my skipping impression. That wasn't skipping. Just that, you know, skipping. She's skipping down the road.
I need to leave now, Joe. You're just weird today.
I am a bit. I'm in a really weird
He's
mood.
getting too much inspiration from that jumper.
I really am. Then we move into this one. This is your whimsical lanterns. Now I love that on the board here, it's done on a horizontal way, but you saw that beautiful card from the lovely Rachel who'd used it vertically. So really think about how you put this together. Are you going to hang those lanterns from that beautiful foliage? Are you going to hang them separately? You could create beautiful bunting with this as well. I think it's something you're going to get a lot of use out. This one here is your mystical wood. So what you've got in there, sentiments within there, of course, you've got happy birthday. Love this one just here. Plant trees of happiness. Friendship and love. What a beautiful sentiment that is. Then you've got the Periton, Persephone the Periton within there as well, with the beautiful key. The key is going to work so well for 21st birthdays as well. I know it's very symbolic, isn't it, of 21st birthdays. Then you've got this one here. I think this is one of my favourite stamps in the collection. The little girl peering through the garden gate into that secret garden, which is awesome. This is your secrets revealed that you're looking at there. You've got secret garden and also that one there. Do you want to know a secret? I always want to know a secret, but don't tell me any really juicy ones because I'm very good at letting them go as well, is what I would say. This one here is a moment in time. Love this, very whimsical, little girl on the tree, those roses intertwined around there as well. Also embellishing elements and sentiments within there too, with your little butterflies and your sentiments in there as well. Then you've got this one here, this is your secrets unlocked. You've got this one with the little bird here, the vines, the padlocks. You've also, of course, got the little butterflies in there too. And I think one of my favourite elements is this one as well, because what this gives you, this is your enchanted door, and you've got that little aperture there, which means that you could stamp something in the back of here. You can have something peering out from behind the door. Take the door out if you want to, just have the door away. You could use the door independently on its own. It gives you loads of options whether you're using the stamp on its own or you're using the die, and then you've also got all the embellishing elements that sit around that as well. So however you want to go for it, it's completely up to you. I know you've just had all the individual details there. If you are building your own collection, if you're spending £50 or dollars or more, you will get 10% off when you're spending that on full price individual elements. So do go for those. What I would say is if you want everything I've just shown you, here's the details on your screen for the collection. It's a brilliant saving for you. 25% is what you're saving when you get it all together. However, the most popular item at the moment is the one with the extra set of the 12x12 papers and the A4 cardstock. So you get two 12x12, two sets of A4 in this particular collection here. It's $125.48 or $158.64. Platinum members are looking at just over £100, just over $126. If you're in the US, this particular item unlocks free shipping and handling for you as well. So I think that's why a lot of you are going for that, and also it means you get two of those gorgeous pads and two sets of that beautiful luxury cardstock as well. I can see a lot of you with bulging baskets over on the website waiting for an opportunity to check out. So why don't you do that now whilst I share with you all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
All the details are there of US shipping and also, of course, Club Inspire. Very busy, lots and lots and lots of you checking out under that as well, which is fantastic. Right. Let me move on. I want to share some extras with you that are on the show. I think you'll love. It's the die and stamp storage power pack that we've got for you. This is fabulous. It's fabulous because what you get is you get 15. You get the actual hard case itself. Then what you also get is 15 of the stamp pockets, which are these ones just here. And these are great for storing so many different elements. It could be, of course, stamps. It could be dies. It could also be embellishments, toppers, self-adhesive gems, any of those sort of loose items that tend to get lost in drawers. They will go in here perfectly. Then what you also get is 15 of these, and these are your magnetic panels, and these are a fantastic way, the perfect way in fact, to store all of your metal dies. So it means that you can keep all of these by collection, by design, by collection if you want to, or even by things like what's the word I'm looking for? It's gone. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. You could store them by collection or by, not theme, it's not theme, occasion. There we are, occasion. It's going so well today. But the important thing is you get 15 of the stamp storage pockets, you get 15 of the magnetic panels in there. We've got 4 days to go, Debbie. We might nail it by the end of day 4. Right, Stephanie buddy bag. The buddy bags are absolutely legendary. These all store beautifully into your lowest tote. If you don't have a lowest tote, you can absolutely still utilize these. The great thing about the Stephanie buddy bag, which I love, all of them have got, of course, that hook and loop technology, but it means that with this one you can actually slide the containers out because of the way they go into here. Perfect for storing ink pads. I think this is wonderful if you've got sort of several different styles of ink pad and a few of each of these. Brilliant to have those in there, but you really could use these for anything. They make great drawer organizers as well. If you want to store them in a drawer, it's a brilliant way to get organized. $9.99 or $9.99 wherever you're shopping if you want to get hold of that one. The other one that I've got for you as well is this one just here, 1.5 inch storage bag. Now this is brilliant for your A4 cardstock that you might want in here. One single compartment in this, brilliant because it has a handle on the top. It also stores again perfectly into your lowest tote. If you've got things like punches as well that are very difficult to store because they're dimensional, they will store in here absolutely beautifully. It could just be a great storage bag for the car if you want to slip it under the seat. I don't know, I'm thinking a few emergency snacks, something like that in there. The snow is coming, so you never know when you're going to need emergency snacks in the car. But they are brilliant wherever you want to use them around the house. Really great quality as we expect every single time from Totally Tiffany. $7.99 or $9.99. if you want to get your hands on those ones. Right, we're going to go back to the lovely Debbie Fisher because Debbie has got yet more wonderful things she wants to share with us.
Yeah, loads. This collection just goes on and on with inspiration of what you can do, how beautiful it is, and the stunning makes you can make. So just a couple of more. I like to keep showing what some of the design team have done with them because they truly are just an inspiration. Our very own Julia has done this card. It looks exquisite. I love these garden gates. Honestly, if there was ever some beautiful garden gates to have, these are the ones for you. I love how she's coloured that in actually. Look at the wall behind, almost giving it that sort of big block panelling on it. It looks incredible. So that's one of the designs. We're going to be doing this one on the next one. I think this is a gorgeous topper. It's beautiful to colour in, but really lovely on whatever you put it on to, whether you're sending best wishes, whether you're doing it on a new home card. This is what we were saying earlier. So someone's actually glued this down on this one. But it opens up that way. There we go. Look at that, creating
That's
scenes
really
like that.
beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it just amazing? So let's give a shout out to Lisa West there. She has done just a beautiful design there. And then just the last one, my favourite. I love this one. So Rachel's design here, just doing those gates in black and then being able to open them and have them inside. I love the fact that whatever message you want to send to somebody, you can put behind those garden gates because it just works perfectly well. So we're going to be using that stamp and die set. It really is a gorgeous design. You don't have to worry about your fussy cutting because you've got your die to cut it all out. You've also got your butterfly dies here. So you've got your full butterfly and then you've got your butterfly that's in flight with the wings there. So we're going to use those to start off with. We're going to use our stamp and just pop that onto our rocker block so we can stamp that out. So a nice beautiful design and a nice big stamp as well, which is good. So picking it up with our rocker blocks, I'm bringing in, so because I've been using alcohol markers, I'm bringing in the flagstone. I love pebble and flagstone. They're my go-to ones of our ink pads, and they say exactly what it does. It's alcohol proof, which means it's not going to bleed, it's not going to run, it's not going to have any sort of feathering. It's just a beautiful ink to lay down. And such a great way to use your rocker blocks and your stamps. So let's just make sure that's all inked up and then we're going to rock from heel to toe. So again, putting it onto this side, rocking forward, pressing down with your fingers here in the middle, rock to the other side, and then when you come off you get that beautiful stamped image, which is amazing. So really pretty, nice and easy. If you are a stamper, you are going to absolutely love these stamps. So with the stamps comes the dies.
Padlock on the board, you know. Now I've seen you stamp it out in the black and white.
I know.
There's loads of gorgeous ornate detailing in that padlock.
So much so. It's just stunning, really stunning. And then you've got the die to cut it out, Joe, which is just, it's just like that, having that extra added bonus, isn't it? Because I know our Craig loves fussy cutting. I do not. So I like the fact that we now do dies with everything, well, most things, should I say, that you can die cut with a stamp. And I love that added element. So what I'm doing is looking at all these leaves going round to make sure I've got them. And because I've done this part, I know all the rest is going to come into its own. Now our low tack tape is quite sticky, so I only want to get that onto the actual card on the outside, which it's going to cut away. And then we're just going to run that through. I would say most of these dies, Joe, apart from the bigger gate one, will fit through the Gemini Mini.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is great. So for all your little embellishments, you can run them, through your Mini, or your MIDI, or your Gemini Junior. So you don't need a big die cutting machine to use them.
So Catherine said maybe Totally Tiffany will name the next buddy bag. I still can't say. I'm going to go with Persephone because I still can't remember how to say it.
Stephanie.
Persephone.
Stephanie.
Yeah, that one. Maybe Tiffany will name it that. I don't know. I'll email Tiffany, see what she says. I hope not, because then I'll have to try and say it. I'll have to try and sell it, and then I'll never be able to say it. So let's not run with that idea.
Right, to start with, we're going to start with our beautiful bird. Now I'm using our gold yellow blend. I love this colour. It's absolutely beautiful and just goes really well. You can see I've just stamped this and I'm going straight on with my alcohol ink, and it's not making any of our stamped image move in any way. It's not distorting that. And all I'm doing is using flicks to come round just to create that wing. We're going to come in over the head and come around the body.
A lot of the imagery in this collection, the stamps, Debbie, really beautiful. A lot of it seems quite easy to colour though, from what I can gather.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We want things like this, don't we? We want things that are going to enable us to make our colouring even better, and that's exactly what these do. So I'm just going to come in now with some darker, so going into that 3-pen blend, and I'm just using small flicks just to come up there, just to add not only drama, but just to add that 3D effect, sort of to make it stand out. I'm really just tickling the top of the cardstock with my pen, and then I'm going to go back in with my medium marker just over the edges of where that darker one is, and that's just going to blend that beautifully. And then we're going to use that mid-section, the lighter section, to just go back over that to really blend all those colours in together.
Gorgeous.
Nice and easy.
Dana says, I've ordered this. It may be my Christmas present to me. Do you do that, Debbie, from about November? Start buying yourself. Anything you buy for yourself is justifiable because it's a Christmas present for yourself from me to me. I'm good at doing that from about now, I'd say.
I've never done that, but I have done something more naughty than that.
Oh.
I've bought something for someone and liked it so much I've kept it.
Have you? Are you going to tell us who it was and what it was?
No, never going to say that. No.
Oh, come on, Debbie. You've got to spill now.
That's really naughty, isn't
Oh, what was it?
I'm not saying.
Oh, come on, Debbie.
I'm not telling.
Well, it's not. We've got
I feel really
46 minutes to get it out of Debbie.
And I didn't do it thinking I couldn't get it. I went to buy it again and I couldn't get it. And I'd already used it, so...
What was it?
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
What do you think it was in the comments? Let me know what you think it might have been in the comments.
I'll tell you later.
Oh!
It wasn't something rude.
Oh! Well, that's kind of how you made it sound. Mary says, that is so lovely. The tree is magnificent. Pammy says, I really like this stamp and die.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of love for this. A lot of love for the vellum as well from Laura Simmons. It really is a beautiful collection. I think all of the imagery is gorgeous, whether it's the imagery that's in the paper pads, the vellum pads, through the stamps as well. The stamped imagery is so, so gorgeous. Those little butterflies are so cute in this stamp and die collection here. And that padlock, beautiful.
Sorry, Joe, I went into my colouring
That's right,
coma
you can go into your colouring coma. You're more than welcome. It's a rite of passage when you're colouring.
Well, do you know what it is? I was trying to concentrate because I can't see a thing.
Oh, really? You're not got your glasses?
Well, I haven't got my glasses, but also I was just, because I got a few tears in my eyes from laughing so much.
Right.
So I was trying to sort of blink lots to sort of
Right.
get rid of them.
Crafty Becky's says their Christmas motto is one for a gift and one for me. There you go. That's a great way of looking at it.
Just make sure you buy two when you get it though, otherwise you might not get another one.
Especially if you fancy one for yourself, potentially.
Yes. Mine's not it's not a bad one, it's just that what I bought, I did buy a similar thing to, so the person might be watching and know that it wasn't what I originally got them.
Oh, this is getting very cryptic, Debbie.
Not clothing. Everyone's guessing now.
Everyone's guessing in the comments.
Right, I'm taking too much time on here, so not perfume. Although that would be tempting, I have to say, because I love perfume. I have different perfumes that I like for different occasions.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, I'm quite bad. I only wear sort of one aftershave the whole time.
I wear my daily one like every day, and then I have other ones. And I'm also a big lover, which is quite a sort of older perfume, but of Chanel No. 5.
Oh.
But only because my mum used to use it, and it reminds me of my mum.
Oh, it's such a lovely fragrance.
Yeah. But it's quite what I would say an older sort of smell.
Did you buy someone a wax seal kit? Asked me, Connie. And then decide to keep it for yourself.
Very naughty.
I love that, Nee. That's hilarious. Love that.
I definitely would have kept it.
That's hilarious.
Right, so I'm not going to do much more to that, but I'm going to bring in my finished image. So once you've coloured that all in, you'll have one that looks just like this.
Oh, that looks amazing.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? And it really is. It's just one of those ones that you get so much satisfaction out of colouring.
Almost quite steampunky about the padlock, which I like.
Yes, you're right. It has got that way about it. Right, now you know how I love doing my boxes, Joe. So I have made myself a little box. I'll give you the measurements so you know what it is. Before I start, so I did it 9.5 by 9.5, and I scored on my box lid, my box base side at 2 inches in. Done exactly the same. No, I didn't. I did the box lid smaller, so I did this one by 7.5 by 7.5, and scored in 1 inch. Because what it means is my box base will then be bigger than my box lid, so you'll see the actual panels at the side. So I bring these in. So our top panel, I've already matte and layered those beautiful papers down, and I've also just got some of the nice gold cardstock to put around, and took out just a section of that pad. I mean, how gorgeous are those roses? Absolutely
stunning,
beautiful.
aren't they?
Yeah, really. Actually, I don't think they're roses. I think they're peonies.
Peonies, yeah.
Yes. So I'm just going to mat and lay this onto our top of our box and pretty much just put our box together with that gorgeous topper. It seems a shame to hide these papers because they are so pretty. So let's pop our box together. And you can see I'm using our tape pens because I know that they are strong enough. This would be a lovely gift if someone's moved home and you want to put a nice gift inside. Especially when you've got that lock and key as well.
Yeah, love the lock and key. Great for 21st birthdays as well, the lock and key.
Yes,
I'm thinking, Debbie, was
absolutely.
really perfect for that.
That's not a thing they know about in the US, Joe.
Is it not?
No, because I've mentioned that before when we've said about the key to the door.
So that's what it is, isn't it?
And they've not understood that before, yeah, because 21 here is...
it used to be quite traditional to give keys as well,
Yes,
didn't
it
it? In
did,
sort of
yeah.
like plush, sort of see-through boxes,
That's it,
like
yeah.
padded boxes. I got some for my 21st birthday. So it was obviously long enough ago that it was still a thing. Coletta says, of course I buy Christmas gifts for me. Then I used to be gifted money for Christmas from my parents. I would claim I was spending my Christmas money over and over from January through till about April. I think that's fine. If it's your money,
Yeah,
what does it matter?
absolutely. Oh, I used to love getting Christmas money and go. Me and my mum used to go out in the January sales when I was a kid. So anything that you didn't get or you wanted to treat yourself, you just had some pennies to go and do it with. That was the best thing Christmas. I never get money now for Christmas, Joe.
Do you not?
No.
No. My mum always used to give us money for Christmas, and in the end we sort of moaned a bit after a while. So we said it was a bit of a cop-out.
Oh, see, I don't think so. Not if that's what someone wants. People say that with like gift vouchers and things, don't they? That it's a little bit of a cop-out. But I think it's just nice after Christmas to go out and treat yourself. So I'm just going to use, let me get a smaller, I can trim it down. Let's just trim these. So let's pop one in the centre. And then take that little bit off there. I'm sure we've got some little foam pads somewhere. And then we will pop that one on as well. I like these butterflies that have their wings because it almost looks like they've sort of landed on something. So we're going to pop that onto there, I think.
Yeah, like a gorgeous profile, isn't it?
Yeah, really lovely. So we'll pop that into place there. And then we'll put our butterfly here on the top. And then I've also just got a little topper and a ribbon. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that into place here. So we've got our happy birthday on the edge and then our ribbon. And then once we've done our box, we will all be done. So let's pop that on there so it looks like it's just finishing off that top piece. And then add in our sticky tape to the sides. Just remember when you're putting your tape pen on that you're doing that little flick at the side which stops it from sort of reeling away. And just stick these together. So nice and quick.
Lots and lots of love coming in for this collection. Lots of you checking out now as well as we move towards the sort of last quarter of the show. Very busy on this. Can't wait to see all the amazing things that you guys start creating with it. That is a beautiful, beautiful box. I love the ribbon on there as well, Debbie. It really finishes it off really well.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it just makes a nice gift box. It's nice to leave it sort of white on the base there, but those papers really sets it off. The toppers set it off, and then you've got your happy birthday sentiment there. So yeah, really beautiful.
Absolutely fabulous. Loving that. Right, let me run through a couple of the other bits we've got on the show for you. I want to share with you the water reactive ink pad collection that we've got, which has been put together specifically to complement the colour tones that are within this brand new Secret Garden launch from Nature's Garden. So in here what you'll get is you'll get honey pot. You will also receive straw bale, anthracite, smoked plume, smoked emerald. You've got green topaz, frosty jade, midnight, baby blue, grasshopper. This one here is your Friar Brown. You've got the pale fig and also the Bordeaux in there as well. £50 or $70. Essentially you're getting 3 of them for free in that particular combination, which is awesome. Right, the other thing I want to share with you as well is the Centura Pearl collection. Again, we've put this together to complement the colourways that are within that brand new Nature's Garden collection. So in here, 10 sheets of each of this beautiful quality, 310 GSM, gorgeous pearlescence to it. You've got baby blue, baby pink, the lilac, mint green, ivory, mink, dark chocolate, which is one we don't see a lot of, and the white gold one I don't believe I've seen before. Plus you've then got rose gold and pale silver within there as well. $24.80 or $44 for platinum members. That is what, 24 pence or 44 cents a sheet for platinum members, which is amazing value for money right there. Back to the collections. Let me share with you a few of the awesome finished projects that we've got done here by the design team. This is the marketing suite that I've got here. Lovely Nicole Broderick's done this. I love the use of the door here and then also the imagery on the inside. I think such a clever way of using that. This dome front card that I've got here is absolutely stunning as well. So dome front card, as you can see there. And again, so much texture, because what Nicole's done here is taken the padlock with a bird, but then also cut extra elements and decoupage them up. So giving you loads and loads of depth and dimension. Love this stepper, again with extras cut there of the peloton, is that the word? Periton, excuse me. Here again we've got that beautiful door, and again you can have the door opening or you can have the door so it closed. I love the vines hanging down behind the door with then that secret garden sign in the back there, really sort of enchanting that one. This is another beautiful one here. Again, quite simple in its design, this one, but again, look at how much dimension that you've got within there. Let me just open that up for you so you can see what you've got here, and then what you've got here. So you can see it's all been built up around with those beautiful papers and the vellums used in the back there, and also what's been happening here. So see how it's been used, the gates there, but with the garden gates actually cut away. So think about cutting away those opening parts and using that gate on its own. Lots of different ways you can use all of the different elements of this collection. Again, we've got the door here, and then we've got the periton in the back there as well. And again, the dimension on that one is absolutely incredible. Another great way of using those lanterns here as well, with a sort of aperture tenfold card. I think that looks beautiful. And then the back of there, we've got some of that beautiful vellum that you've got. And then here again, this one here, I love it when the vellum is torn, just as that lovely sort of natural organic edge that you've got on there, and then you've got those gates there that open up with that little girl playing in the garden. I think it looks beautiful, absolutely exquisite. If you want to go for the main collection, you can. $94.99, $118.49. It gets you absolutely everything that you can see right there on your screen. There is another option for you as well. If you want to get free shipping and handling, if you're in the US, you want to go for the option that has the extra 12x12 and the extra A4 luxury card stock within there for you too. And that is this one right here on your screen. Everyone that goes for that in the US will get free shipping and handling on that. It is the busiest option of the two at the moment. Great to have those extra paper pads. Remember, we are in our week of wonders, so you will get brand new launches every single day, but you'll also get double points. It's really busy on this at the moment. A third now of our launch stock of this particular bundle has already sold out and gone. Remember, you can go for the bundles. If you want to go for the individuals, you can spend over £50 or $50 on full price individual items. You'll get a 10% saving. So it really is up to you. However you're going for it, then make sure you get your hands on it because it's gorgeous, and I know you're going to absolutely love crafting with it. Debbie, what would you like to share with us next?
Yeah, so we're going to go to those whimsical lanterns because I love this set. I think this is going to go for so many different things. This would be lovely if you're having one of those sort of festival weddings and you want to do your invites with this. It's got this beautiful garland, which I absolutely love. So that's the one we're going to use first. So let's take that off of our stamp set. And then we're going to stamp that onto here. I think, let me just check, I'm not actually sure if our rocker blocks are long enough. No, they're not, so we can't use our rocker blocks on there. It's just not quite long enough. So I am going to bring in my stamping platform, which makes life a little bit easier because with the stamping platform, because it's got a big space, it means I can stamp a few things at once. So let's also bring in some of those lanterns as well. So we'll pop those into place. Doesn't matter where they go because we're going to cut them out. Let's do a flower as well and then do our garland. So making sure we've just got all that on our platform. It's a good thing when you have such a big area to be able to stamp out, you can then just stamp them all in one go. So again, I'm going to be colouring them in alcohol markers. So bringing in my alcohol proof ink pad and just making sure we give them all a good inking. So tapping that onto the top. Now you'll notice that I rotate my board a lot because I always feel like you've got a different amount of pressure on the front than what you have at the back. So I like to make sure that we're getting that cover all the way over. Right, so once we've done that, turn that round and then we can just stamp that into place. So you just want to sort of dance your fingers across the top, just making sure that's all stamped down, and then you get your beautiful images stamped out. So popping them to the side, and then we can do a little bit of colouring as well. So let me grab that piece of card that I was colouring onto, just so we've got something to colour there. And then I'm going to bring in my markers. Now this time, because my leaves on here are quite small, I'm going to be bringing in my Tri-Blend marker pens. So these ones have that bullet nib on them, which means I can really sort of get in close to those tiny amounts, where the other ones, because they're brush nibs, they've got quite a soft nib on them. So you just, these work really nice to get in with that dark, with that bullet nib, not bulletproof. I said that last time about them being bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Anne wants to know why Santa doesn't have these sorts of deers pulling his sleigh.
Yeah,
the peritons might make more sense, because I guess his reindeer's already magical. Maybe that's enough. Maybe he's all right. Crafty Becca says, such a very cute set. The Secret Garden was some of my favourite books as a child. I absolutely adore this collection. Catherine says, I'm going to be thinking about how much I want this collection all day now. It really is stunning. Nee loves the handwritten happy birthday sentiment as well, so it's a really, really classy one, that.
Yeah.
Coletta loves the idea of using the vellums as well, and Mary loving the lanterns. I think these lanterns are something you're going to be able to use across a lot of different collections, don't you, Debbie? I mean, they of course go beautifully with this collection. They also remind me of, maybe you could use the vines of this one with the, which one was it that had the lanterns and lumières in it? Was it the Bell Countryside?
Yes, and the chinoiserie.
And the chinoiserie, they both had lanterns, didn't they, in them? Maybe they would also work hung from this foliage.
Absolutely.
It makes a wonderful border.
Yeah, it's so pretty, and you can do it in whatever colours you want. I love the fact that you can use it vertically, horizontal, wherever you want. It just creates such a beautiful effect on whatever you're doing. Right, so we won't do no more of that. I'm just going to let's bring in a different colour just to give some difference in our flowers. So using our lavender effect here, and again just going from one colour to the next, just so we can add in some definition, make it look a bit more sort of popping out the page, a bit more 3D. You know, we colour quite quickly. In fact, I have a craft along coming up at the end of the month with some embossing folders, and I'm really looking forward to it, Joe, because it means that we get a chance to colour together, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Nice. When is that? The end of the month, you say, Debbie?
Yeah, I think it's quite near the end of the month, so maybe the 28th, 29th, something like that.
Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah.
My moustache, I can't really say this word very well. Is it a moustache or a moustache?
Both,
It's
isn't
a
it? People
moustache.
say both.
Sorry?
People say both.
Do they?
Moustache.
Imagine how bushy my moustache will be by that show.
Moustache.
On the 27th.
I would say moustache.
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 Who knows what it's called. They are getting very, very bushy at the moment. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the other guys and how theirs are getting on. I saw John today. No worries there on the Challenger front, Debbie, I think. I think Ben's no problem at all. I haven't seen Jake though. I know Jake's was looking very bushy last time I saw him. And I know Ben's is looking quite fabulous as well, so we'll see how we get on. If you want to sponsor us, you can, by the way. All the details, you'll find them over on my social media, Joe Remblance Crafters Companion, or over on Ben's social media as well. Craig's, I think, has got it on. I think we've raised about £3,800 so far for Crohn's and Colitis UK, which is amazing. Everyone's been so incredibly generous.
Yeah.
If you did want to throw some pennies our way, you'll find all the details over on social media. I can't believe how much we've raised.
I know, it's incredible, and please do, because it's such a good cause. I mean, obviously, you know, with Craig being quite poorly with his Crohn's, and he openly talks about it, which is amazing, because it's exactly what is needed, isn't it? It's to talk about.
I think he's looking, I know Ben went to see him today, I saw some pictures earlier, and he was looking fabulous.
Nice.
He was looking in great spirits, so
better.
hopefully we'll see him again very, very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so all I'm going to do now is, and just a way of going around, if you use sort of your orange to go around the flame, you can create sort of that illusion of the flame sort of flickering in the lights, which is nice. And then you've got your ones to cut it out. So I'm not going to do them all, I just want to show you this garland one because it truly is beautiful and so easy to do. So when you are lining it up, all you have to do is just follow around, so you can see, like, follow these leaves and go to your other side so you can see where they are. Once you've got all your leaves into place, so bend that down a bit. I think we need to go that way down a bit. That way, there we go. And then just put your tape across and then we will cut that one out. But when it's cut out, it creates something really beautiful. I mean, obviously you will have yours fully cut out. So I've cut this one. So if I pop this onto my, onto here, you can see, so we've cut that out, which looks really pretty. But what you do have is you have all those little elements of being able to cut out all your dye. I just love these. And it doesn't matter which way round they get. You could slip into half of this so you can have little ones. So you can see if I took that one off, you've got that beautiful sort of half one there, which is beautiful. And then we're just going to pop all our cards together. Now again, I felt like because of the papers and we had this 12 by 12 pad, we could sort of use them to make our beautiful card. But what I wanted to do is make almost sort of a dome front on it. So I've created an 8 by 8 card for the background, and then I've got my, I've cut this shape out, which is just smaller than an 8 by 8. Gutted the inside there not to waste. Although saying that, we're going to waste this bit here, so you can also do the same for that. And then I'm just going to stick this one together. So it's just about matte layering, creating a little bit more drama in your cards, create those mats and layers, different sort of colourways that go together but all blend in lovely. And then all I've got is these two. So this one I've done to go across the front, but I want this one to be to hold my dome in place. So I've created this with one of our nesting dies, so we can actually put this to one side, but this piece is slightly smaller. So can you see, when we put that together, it will create that dome. So the first thing I want to do is stick these side panels to the back of here. So we're just going to put our tape down. Because I know our tape pens are so strong, I don't mind using them at all to hold that in place. So we're going to pop that one in, and then this one will come over the top, but because it's bigger, so I've done it sort of half a centimetre, or a centimetre really, half an inch bigger. When you put it into place, it creates that dome effect.
Excellent.
So again, just popping that on.
I love the idea of a smaller dome on the front of a card.
Yes.
Not something I've seen before, Debbie, I don't think.
You don't have to always make the actual card shape a dome. Sometimes it's just nice to have that feature. And then that way we can then sandwich that between the two. So this is going to go into place here. And I'm just going to then, wet glue would probably be better, using your tacky glue, and then you can manoeuvre it and stick it down and it will stick really strong. But I'm just doing that by eye, and we can pop that into place. By eye, as our Debbie Robinson would say. Yes, absolutely. And then just hold that down. So yeah, I mean, in fact, we've created a lovely little card on its own with just that one, but we are going to mount it onto the front of our card. So again, I'm just going to go down here and the sides. Just doing that really gently, so I'm not going to bend.
What is the size of the base card you're making here, Debbie?
It's an 8 by 8.
An 8 by 8.
8 by
awesome.
8, and this one here is a 7 by 6.
7 by 6. Awesome.
So bring that round, so that creates our front focal point of our card. There we go. So sticking that all into place, and then all I've got here is all those bits that we've cut out, plus we've got our garlands. So our garland's going to go, I mean, look how that transforms. It's absolutely stunning. So let's glue that at one end, going across. So have that domed there. I mean, obviously you would have to make a box to put this in. It is one of those special cards that you would need a special box or an envelope box maybe. And then we've got our lanterns and our flowers. And I think I'm going to go in with my glue gel, Joe, because it's the best way that I can position all these little elements.
Awesome. Don't forget another fantastic show coming up for you later today. Myself and Michelle will be back with Launch Party for you, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, 11 a.m. for West Coasters. 2 brand new products going to be featured in that show for you, Intralace and something brand new from Spectrum Noir as well. Some gorgeous flip metallic markers. So make sure you come back and join us for both of those. We're going to have a very, very busy launch party. I know. Did you see those Intralace dies, Debbie? They are gorgeous.
Yes, they're amazing, aren't they?
Really, really pretty. So make sure you come and join us both for that a little bit later today as well. I'll be with you for the rest of the week here on Crafters TV, with you all the way through until the end of Friday for our week of wonders. At least one brand new launch for you every single day, double points as well across absolutely everything on the website and here on Crafters TV up until the end of Friday. So loads and loads of great reasons to shop. I am also up with the boss tomorrow night as well for a very, very special 3-hour show. I'll tell you more about that in our later launch party show. Very excited.
Do you want to know a secret? And then I've just got a little bow that we're going to pop onto there on that end just to finish that off. And I'm actually going to leave it as that, Joe, because look how beautiful that card then is. There we go.
Really, really beautiful. Just another, I think every one of the creations that Debbie's made in the show has been absolutely beautiful. And I think, you know, that is testament to the real beauty and quality of the collection itself. Almost 40% of our stock has gone now. We are having a really busy launch on this. Let me take you back through exactly what you're getting. So let's have a look firstly at the 12 by 12 papers that you're getting in here. Because this, as always, with our Nature's Garden or Sarah Signature collections, really sets the tone. I love how classic it is. All of the beautiful design and detailing you've got in every single one. Lots of layers and dimension in every single one of the pages. And I think that's why the floral elements really, really pop. And also something quite vintagey about it, which is amazing. So that is your 12 by 12 papers. You then also have as well your 8 by 8 vellums here too. And the vellums are great. Lovely to have them in this 8 by 8 size. I think they work so well. And again, imagery that isn't the same as a 12 by 12, but absolutely complements it beautifully as well. So you're going to get 36 sheets of that in there. You will also get your A4 luxury cardstock too. You've got lots of different colourways here, and what you'll see is you've got a mixture in each colourway. You've got a linen and also a pearlescent in every single one of those tones, which is amazing. So then we move into your hardware, as I call it, the dies and the stamps, the gates. Love these. I love that sample we saw a minute ago as well. Think about cutting the gates out, just using the opening and that gorgeous ornate detailing across the top. You can stick these down, they open up, so it gives you sort of really invites the eye in. These are then those beautiful lanterns that you've just seen Debbie using a moment ago. This is the whimsical lanterns that you can see right here. We then move into the mystical wood, as you can see there. So you've got that periton. Is that right? Periton. Yay, I finally got it right. You've also got some beautiful sentiments in there, that lovely tree there and that key that Debbie was loving. This one here is awesome, the little girl peering into the secret garden through the garden gate there. That's your secrets revealed. We then have a moment in time, which is this one here. You've got friends are the let me just read that the other way around. Friends are the flowers in the garden of life. Isn't that beautiful, Debbie? Some really lovely little embellishments there as well with your butterflies and that wonderful sort of twisted rose around that tree there. We then move on to the Secrets Unlocked, which is that beautiful padlock with the birds there and the butterflies, which is amazing. And then, of course, we have the Enchanted Door, which is this one here. So you've got the stamp there to stamp that out, and then the opening door, which is amazing. The little butterflies, the floral elements, you've got the grass there, and of course the die to cut all of that out, which is awesome. 125.48, 158.64. These details on your screen, they actually also get you an extra one of the A4 cardstock and an extra of the 12x12 paper, so you'll get 2 12x12s and 2 A4s in there. That is the busiest configuration at the moment. That of course also unlocks free shipping and handling if you're in the US, and it's brilliant to have the extra too. I mean, I know so many of you, whenever we bring you these new releases, love to add the extra papers in. We've done that for you already, and it means you've unlocked that free shipping and handling. There's a lot of you with very full baskets I can see over on the website. I'm going to give you another opportunity to check out, so whilst you do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Achieve crisp, precise, and perfect die cutting results every time with the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim. The idea behind the plastic shim is that it creates a thicker plate combination, offering an even more precise die cutting result with each pass. Simply pop a plastic shim between your cutting plates and then roll through your Gemini die cutting machine and voila! An amazing precise cut every time. Plastic shims work really well with detailed or thin metal dies. So if intricate cutting is your thing, then the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim is your best friend. There are plastic shims sized to work with a whole range of Gemini machines. And for just $14.95 or £9.99, the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim can be yours today.
Pop says, Mary, nanny to the girl says, going to be hard to pick demo of the show. It is. That's exactly what we're going to do next, by the way. Gilmore says that paper reminds me of the Garden of Love papers meets Letters from the Heart. I think that's a really nice way of thinking about it. It would work beautifully with those two collections. And Gilmore says, love that tree swing with the roses. Yeah, there are so many beautiful elements within this particular collection. And Debbie has made some truly gorgeous cards as well through the show. It will be hard to pick a demo of the show, but I guess we should do exactly that, Debbie.
I guess we should. So they've come out rather nice, haven't they? So our first one there is our beautiful garden gates. Then our second one was the one with our hidden Periton. Then we did our box, and then our last one we just did there was our beautiful sashes. What they call garland.
Lanterns.
Lanterns and
wonderful.
Garlands, yes.
So 1, 2, 3 or 4, Debbie?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Brilliant. Get voting. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Get your votes in and we will pick a winner before the end of the show. Now, I know we haven't got that long left, Debbie, but do you think we've got time to squeeze a bit more creativity in before the end of the show?
To squeeze in.
Excellent.
Yes, and
That's what I like to hear.
I'm so glad we got to this one, because this is the one that's going to show us the different things that we can do with this, that we can snip into. So I'm going to use those garden gates. They're actually called Gateway to the Garden. I love that title. And we're going to run that through, and we're going to do a bit of snipping into this die, because it really lends itself for lots of different things. I love the fact that we can make a whole frame out of it, so it gives us a really ornate frame. Because it cuts out the entire outside edge, it means there's so much snippability into it. So pop in that one through. I'm just going to give that a little tap, or a big tap. Gets most of those pieces out. So I'm just going to bend that forward so all of these will just come out. But rather than pull all those bits out, I'm going to show you what I've done. So, oh no, we want this one because I want to show you how to do it rather than what we've done. So I will just take those pieces out, and all these pieces here, these bits at the bottom create really beautiful. So if we cut out, your craft knife's probably the best thing to use, but if you cut along that edge, just here, you can use your craft knife or your scissors. That cuts that out. If you do the same on the other side, what that's going to create is this piece here. So it cuts out the whole piece. So that looks like a really intricate picture frame. Then if I just take out all these little sections, just pop them out quickly. If you then cut across these bars, you can then get this really intricate piece here. So when these are laid together, you've almost got like those railings that go along, so
Right.
your little brick wall at the bottom.
Oh, nice.
So we've got all these different elements that we can use it for. So now we've done that, I'm going to bring in the other pieces. So I've also got a white piece, because what I want to do is sort of sandwich between the two frames, and I've got the piece of card that we're going to do our stamping with. So if I bring in that little girl swinging again, in that stamp. Now, bearing in mind, you don't have to use the stamps. You could use the actual, you could use a photograph, which would be really nice, and use that to sandwich between the two. All I'm going to do is ink her up so you can just see her. Just for anyone that's only just joined us or didn't see our very first demo, I just want to show her being inked up, and then I have one already coloured. So just popping that in and having that just on our piece of card. So, oh, not done that very well. I've done that a bit off centre, but you can see it stamps absolutely beautifully. Use your pens to colour her in, but also what I've done is using my True Blue, just creating a bit more sort of atmospheric around her. Just give some sort of dots all around, and then change the colour. You can then put some sort of darker dots down. So adding that sort of into the mix. Once you've coloured her and continued to do that, this is what you're going to get. So you get sort of almost this really beautiful spring-like
Oh, that's beautiful,
effect.
Debbie.
Yeah, really lovely, isn't it? So just spend a bit of time doing the colouring on there. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to put this one across the top. So I'm going to bring in my precision glue bottle, and we're going to use our tacky glue just around those edges. So just go along with your little precision bottle, or if you've got the dotty tape pen, you could just do that, but you'd lose a lot of your dots. So your little precision bottle would be the best thing to use with your tacky glue.
Gilmore, absolutely loving the frame that you've created there, Debbie. I think it's a really clever way again of using, isn't it? And getting lots of different finishes and effects out of one die, essentially.
Yes, yeah, totally, absolutely. So just popping that into place. There we go. And then we're going to, I'm going to sort of sandwich it between the two, but I want to I'm going to give you a little tip, because you know when you shadow something, you only get a shadow on one side, but in paper crafting it's a little bit different, because sometimes we just want to add that extra dimension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from the bottom and cut right through that top piece.
Okay.
Just like that. Because then when you come to sticking that on the back, let me just make sure that's stuck down, pop that over. When you turn them around, you get then an even shadow on each side.
Oh, what a great idea.
So let me just pop this on. So we'll just put a little bit again, put that tacky glue on round just parts of those edges. And then we don't need too much on, because we will stick the whole one down. We can then come out a little bit from that design, so you can actually see the white design in there, but you'll actually get that shadow. So if I turn it round all the way on one side, and that looks really nice. But if you'd not cut it in half, it would have all gone to that one side. But now we can do exactly the same on the other side. So let's just pop that in onto there. You'll have to let me know the time, because my
52 minutes past.
I can't hear anything. It's oh, it is. You are still there. I thought my wire had come out because it was so quiet.
Do you need the stamping mat with the rocker blocks? Asked Anne.
No. No, because the what the rocker blocks are good for is the stamping mat's good for. It does help when you're stamping straight down,
right?
But because you're rocking from heel to toe, you're putting enough pressure in there that you don't need the stamping mat. So no.
So great with what the smaller platforms, acrylic blocks, those kind of things. The stamping, the stamping mat.
That sort of goes straight down. Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we go. So now we've got our black coming out at each side and evenly over the top. So you wouldn't actually think that you were using that as a shadow. So a really nice way to do that one. And then we're going to make a really simple card, Jo, because we're going to use that as our main focal point. I've just took a piece of A4 cardstock and folded that in half to create our A5. And then we're going to stick this one into place. But those extra little bits that we created, we're almost going to do sort of our wall around the edge. So let's make sure we've got that the right way. That was that way. I've just put a little bit of dark ink just to draw our eye into the centre. And then this piece is going to go into the middle, but what I've also done, these pieces that we've cut out of those railings, I've actually cut these out to enable us to have these at the side.
Oh,
so,
that's cute.
Yes, looks good, doesn't it? So we're going to pop these over. I'm going to bring in my dotty tape pen just for time and add these to the top. So again, I'm going to go slightly to the side. You could do the same thing, but I know for time, it's not completely on our side. So adding those on, we're going to then put our first one around about there, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So let's pop that on the top. Creating that sort of dark white, and you'll take a bit more time to do this. Let me lean that there so I know roughly where that's going to go onto that side, and then we've got our 2 half blocks to fill that in.
Michelle on YouTube says, I love how Debbie educates us with the ideas and other ways to repurpose the elements, the stamps, the dies, markers, etc. So thank you for that, Debbie. What a lovely comment.
You're very welcome.
Brenda says, fantastic shadow tip, Debbie. Thank you. Gilmer says, love the frame that Debbie created using the gate. Yeah, loads and loads of love for this demo coming in. We must do demo of the show, mustn't we, as well, before the end of the show?
Yes,
in fact,
let's switch, because otherwise I'm going to be fiddling. But there we go, putting that to the bottom of your card.
Love that.
How nice does it look? And it's all done from that one die, but just cut twice. So
that's really
there
awesome.
We go.
Love it. Demo of the show, Debbie, was number 1.
What, number 1?
Numero uno.
Our very first one. Beautiful. It is lovely to have those gates, isn't it? And that you can look through, but just shows you the versatility. That's exactly the same product used in those 2 designs, Jo. I mean, that's unbelievable that the gate creates this whole topper and those railings behind. So it just shows you how much you can do just with one die and one stamp in that entire collection.
Absolutely, it does. I'm going to take you through again exactly what it is you are getting included within here. Remember, you're getting this absolutely beautiful paper pad, 36 pages within here, 180 GSM as well. So really beautiful. I mean, the designs are exquisite. The colour palette is amazing as well. Quite neutral, so it's going to fit with a lot of other things that you have in your crafty stash. You will also get, remember as well, the 8x8 vellum pad in here too, which is going to match, it's not the same as, but it complements beautifully the 12x12 papers that come in this collection. You do also then receive as well the A4 cardstock. So you're going to get the A4 cardstock in the pearlescent and also the textured linen as well within there, which is amazing. Let me move into the dies and stamps that you're getting in here as well. So that garden gate, I think we've seen so many different ways today that you can use that incredible ornate gate. Whether you're snipping the gates out, taking those trellis elements out and using them separately, lots of different things you can do with that. The whimsical lanterns, another brilliant addition to this collection as well. Use the lanterns on their own, use them of course with the foliage. You can really build those up and decoupage them up and create something with a lot of dimension. You're also going to receive in here the mystical wood. You're going to get the secrets revealed, that gorgeous little girl peering through that garden gate there. This one here is a moment in time with a little girl there on the tree that you can see absolutely entwined in the roses there. This here is your secrets unlocked with the bird, the butterflies there, all of those vine elements too. And then finally this one here, the enchanted door, as you can see, being able to open that up and peer through into that amazing secret garden beyond. And I love the fact that we've really filled this and given you all of the embellishing elements in there that you're going to need as well. Really is a fantastic die, that one. Let me share with you some of the other things that have been made with this as well, because there's some really gorgeous samples here. I think it's one of those that you can really start to layer it up and make, you know, lots of very, very dimensional cards. You can see here what we've got is the bird and the padlock inside, but even that has been decoupaged up with extra elements and double cut the gates there on that one. This one here is gorgeous with the open door peering through into that secret garden. There's something really quite magical about that. Absolutely adore this one as well here. This one's been done with some foam and a roll with the gate over the top, the beautiful topper in there, and also the vellum element as well. We've also got as well this one here as well with the periton on the inside of there, and again lots of different mats and layers there, and I love the vellum layer. The vellum just works so well in here amongst the mats and layers, gives it a really different look and feel. Here again we've got that beautiful gate there, as you can see, with the little girl swinging away there inside that garden. Then another one of these, a stepper card here with the periton on. Again, the gates used in so many different ways, used here as an actual mat layer, and then with the extra tiling elements along the front. And then finally this one here, we've got that beautiful little girl swinging away there on that wonderful swing. The roses entwined around that tree look beautiful, and then the gate there really helps to just finish that off. It is a gorgeous collection. You guys have absolutely loved this launch. It's brand new today, remember, from Nature's Garden. It is your secret garden collection. Details on your screen there gets you one of the 12x12s and the A4 card stock. There is another bundle for you as well, where you get two of the 12x12s and two of the A4 luxury mixed card stock, and the details are there on the screen for you. If you are across the pond, no matter where you are in Club Inspire, you'll also get that free shipping and handling. Debbie, can I say it's been an absolute pleasure to spend a couple of hours with you in the studio. We had a couple of mishaps as well. I think we did quite well, don't you?
I think we've done very well. So yeah, always a pleasure. Yes, I will be back tomorrow.
Amazing. Can't wait. Myself and Debbie, we're back together for, is it just Wake Up Call? Are we just in the afternoon tomorrow?
Yes, in the afternoon. Yes.
In the afternoon, 3 p.m, this show tomorrow. Another great launch day for you with myself and Debbie. Don't go anywhere though. Well, do go somewhere, but make sure you come back is what I'm going to say. As myself and Michelle will be back for launch party, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. on the West Coast, and we've got not one but two launches for you. See you then. Take care.